He's the best sword fighter in the land, and he's traveled far and wide to exact his vengeance, even returned from the dead. He can fell an entire army single-handedly. He's a samurai, infamously named after an infamous ninja. He's Hanzo, and he's about to get dead. What's up, nerds? I'm Rick Rich Dick, and you're watching Dicked Comics. This week, we're reviewing a super indie comic published by the creators Brandon Chen and Henry, the artist, I.AM. Hanzo follows the titular character as he returns from the dead because he's part Oni, and he's hunted by those who want to bury him again. The opening is fairly mundane, just a samurai standing in the field. But the artist keeps the panel interesting. Check out the fly on the blade of grass. Just goes to show that even the smallest blade of grass can make or break your comic, so I commend this team for thinking of every detail. This black and white book could be really good if the writer weren't so green. These three samurai spend the entire 20 pages of this book discussing Hanzo's past. The writer goes out of his way to tell the story rather than show it. And when the eldest samurai is not telling stories of how Hanzo felled the mountain or killed 10,000 soldiers single-handedly, a narrative thought box provides the rest of the background. Like the fact that Hanzo is part demon Oni and the writer has no idea how to let the art drive the story. Besides stealing the nickname and physical ideas for villains from the Game of Thrones' biggest baddies, the writers also pumped the thought boxes full of unnecessary sesquipedalian words. Where the writer falters, the artist prevails. As is often the case, you can hear the reed basket on his head rustle in the wind just by the sheer detail in this simple panel. You can see the decorated soldier's glory on his face before his death, and the perfect use of grayscale hashing throughout provides an epic shadow to each movement. If the writer could give the artist a little more freedom, this book might quickly rocket to the shelves of your local comic shop. You can find Hanzo on Amazon. They're so indie they haven't even hit Comixology yet. You can also support them on Patreon, and you may want to because Hanzo receives a 7 on the Richter scale. A super soldier turned Ronin turned Oni with fighting panels that are intentionally unpredictable and stylized. What's not to love? Well, nerds, this is our final episode of Dicked Comics, and it's been a fun ride. I hope you learned something about comics and look forward to seeing what you can teach the community. Marvel, DC, you guys play nice. Image, keep leading the charge to break the aesthetic. As for the rest of you, you know what to do. Like and share this video, support the little guy, buy from your local comic shop when you can, and when you're scrolling through Comixology or Amazon, make sure you pick up a solo publisher like Hanzo by Henry, the artist, I.AM, and Brandon Chen. That's it for us here at Nerdrift and Dicked Comics, but in the end, I think we can say we all got a little dick.